people, guys that wear the drywall stilts, that I've seen people like in parades, and they'll be dressed like Uncle Sam, they'll be like 15 feet tall, yeah, that's.
That'd be cool. You gonna do it?
No. But it would be very
Somebody
impressive.
do that one year, didn't,
Do what now?
Stilts.
on
Yeah.
stilts, did the Uncle Sam thing.
I remember that.
Yeah, I do. I think the year before last.
Yeah, I think
Well,
so.
they had the Grim Reaper, the Halloween thing like that too.
Who was on stilts?
I don't remember.
Who would be
I just
skinny
remember, I
enough
just
at our
remember they had
age?
it. Don't make me remember
We should
that.
have, you can have
I wasn't here for that one.
Yeah, you have to get a drywall
So I
person.
missed when I had my foot.
Yeah.
I'm ready to call to order.
Excuse
Everybody
us,
good?
excuse us.
Okay, I'd like to call this to order. First order of business, I make a motion, I'd like a motion to approve the minutes.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Okay, minutes are approved as written. Discussion items are independent.
Bruce, I'm sorry, Bruce, you have to ask for discussion and then
Oh.
ask for a vote.
Is there any discussion on the minutes? So, all approved? Aye?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion carried. Discussion items, 4th of July.
Can we amend that to the 3rd of July?
3rd of July. That's what it says here too, but the 4th, the Independence Day, okay? Okay. Holly, do you want to start it off on that, on Independence? And I'll jump in for any events. What are your thoughts?
I have many thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Some I can say and some I cannot.
Okay.
I thought last year was spectacular. Did you all know
It
that?
was
It was
super.
wonderful yesterday.
It was super.
Yesterday, last year. But we think, Bruce and I were talking the other day about the Grand Marshal and so forth, and we'll talk about that in a minute. We think this is the 20th anniversary of this particular event, so we really want to make it super special.
And I say that because the city was founded in '78, is that correct?
Yes.
And
That's when it was incorporated, yeah. yes.
incorporated in the first 4th of July celebration was in July 2020 or 2003. So
That would make it 20.
that's where I got up the 20 years.
And the person that kind of was in charge of helping to get this all started was Steve Brett.
Linda, actually.
Linda Brett,
Linda Brett.
his wife. And so we have asked them to be the grand marshals and they have accepted, so
Oh,
that is
great.
wonderful.
Great.
Yeah. And I assume we will get the Bulmer convertible.
Yeah, we'll check.
I'm sure they'll be hurt if we don't ask them, but we need to check with them.
Wasn't it Dan in the Uncle Sam's?
Yep. And that's Dan, that's the Bulmer family. In their Captain America outfits.
Can we get counters to try to get an idea or handle on how many people we have, or is that even necessary?
It's up to y'all.
I mean, as far
I'd
as
like to,
the total people that are gonna be it, I mean,
roughly, I'm saying for both things, but Oktoberfest, when you start talking to vendors, they want to know, well, how many people did you have at your event last year? I mean, that's important.
Sure.
And I don't see why we can't have somebody at the entrance, a couple of people, with a clicker, and then, 4 people in the car, click 4 times, or whatever. I
Of
mean,
course,
it's
not
real
everybody's
simple.
gonna come in the front entrance.
Right, so you won't miss anybody. Well,
No,
you
I'm
could
just
have-
saying,
you
everybody
could have-
from down the mountain are gonna come too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you could have some of them about
Then
the
you
new
know all the
road.
residents and aren't.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like those of us that are passing me, because we're
Right.
here already.
But we can fudge those.
We can make that.
400 residents.
But,
We have a whole more in the valley
Oh,
than,
yeah.
and 4th of July, we have thousands.
but all the vendors, last year when I was calling, or I just went to the shows, they said, well, how many people were there?
That's
So
good.
first thing that they ask,
Yeah,
because they want to know if it's worth their while.
yeah.
all the vendors I talked to last year said it was worth their while.
Oh, yeah,
They wanna know. If
absolutely,
there's only gonna be 100 people, they're not gonna come.
yeah.
But we know Wi-Fi is very important for the vendors.
That's.
And that's
another
something-
point to bring up.
That's something.
If we can put a tower on the lodge, the CBC,
We
We
being,
don't.
Well-
the church or us.
well, you know, we have Wi-Fi there, but just so happened that it went down
On the, yeah.
on the
Oh,
Fall
that's
Fest.
Right.
So, it was mentioned, can we get a tower on there? Because I think there's towers on both the pavilions, aren't there here in the, isn't there a Wi-Fi tower on both our pavilions?
I had heard there was one on the post office, but I don't
There's
know.
not.
It's working.
I mean, what I was thinking is that where the wall locker is in one of the bathrooms, we might could put a Wi-Fi there. It needs to be someplace we can secure it, we don't right now, because, at one time, I guess there may have been Wi-Fi at the post office. The problem is that if it goes down or there's any issues, we have no way to access it, so.
That's true.
We were thinking about, but we do have a secured little locker that we could probably run power and get Wi-Fi.
Would the Wi-Fi get all the way to the CBC church?
Yeah.
No, I mean, I'm talking about the pavilion area. If we had Wi-Fi at the bathrooms, that should serve the pavilion area.
That would be the
Right,
pavilion area.
but that
No,
won't
no,
serve
as far
CBC.
as the city, I mean,
Yeah.
but we don't own that, so I don't know what.
Can you get temporary ones? Can you rent a I have no idea.
I have no idea.
I don't know, but I know another suggestion, and one of the vendors said at some other events, they've had a mobile ATM that you could post there, so if people need to get cash, they can get it there.
Yeah, we missed some t-shirt sales because we didn't have,
Yeah, not having the square is big.
Yeah.
Well, with the mobile AT&T, does it work without signal? Because, I mean, how would it access?
I don't know,
Probably
you
has
just
one
need
field.
power,
Okay.
but I don't know.
And it was spotty. Ours worked last year. Fall Fest.
I mean, like like you can get boosters for your house. If we bought a couple of boosters and just plugged out, that may,
Like
push
a
it out.
hotspot or something.
no, like, if you have like dead spots in your house, for
Yeah.
example,
It's
you
like
can buy
little
little
boxes.
boosters that kind of spread the signal out. They're not that expensive. We might could maybe
Yeah, they're like.
buy some boosters that can tie into the CBC Wi-Fi, or if somebody has some, that may push it out into the parking lot. I know, but also I know on the food truck last week, Friday, we may need to bring them a little closer because they were having some connectivity
And
issues.
they weren't that far away.
Yeah, so, and we've got a pretty strong signal,
Yeah,
so
we do.
we may want to look,
Do we
that's just a
have-
side note thing I was saying,
Do we
but.
have vendors for the 4th of July?
no.
No, I
Okay,
mean,
so-
just.
It would only apply to the Fall Fest, the 4th of July
Well,
should.
we were talking about maybe some food trucks for the 4th of July.
We were talking
gotta
about
really
food
get that
trucks,
in it, though.
Do we have any commitments for food trucks?
Yes,
Okay,
3 commitments and Kona Ice as well.
so we have 4 commitments for food trucks. So we're gonna need Wi-Fi.
Food trucks for the 4th,
Yeah.
3rd.
Third, for people.
And we were thinking that really should not interfere with City Weber, because those tickets are pre-sold, so, people.
Well, here's the
Well, I
thing
mean,
right here.
I don't think
It's
it
feeling
would,
worse without hot dog.
because people would.
No, that's Fall Fest.
He done it.
Well,
Oh, I know, it's gonna
but-
kill his hot dog
But
business.
see, those,
Not if it ain't there.
Yeah, well, they talked about,
And he's
what
real
we need
upset.
that.
See, that was one of the biggest hits we took last year at Fall Fest. Now, are we gonna do both, or are we just gonna focus on the 4th right now? or
Well, let's
3rd?
start on the 3rd and then we'll move
Yeah.
around.
Okay.
Because it's coming up real soon.
Well,
Yeah.
Go back to the third.
one of the things that just on the 4th, that,
And there it is, yay!
everybody kind of,
Tony, go on.
everybody kind of just scatters about 1 o'clock after we get the hot dogs away. But one of the things that we heard from a lot of people is that as people start showing up around 6 o'clock, trying to claim their spot, they're looking for a place to eat. So that's why we were looking at maybe strategically putting a couple 3-foot food trucks to try to capture that, or to entice people to come back in to, for the fireworks, because I do.
Well, we start at 5:30, so.
But your tickets are already pre-sold, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's not,
If we haven't sold out, we'll sell them there, but
that doesn't happen very often.
that doesn't happen very often.
So that's not gonna bother your Sue
Yeah,
Webber,
yeah,
if we have
that's good.
food trucks there.
I don't think so,
Okay,
because we're helping fight inflation this year. We have reduced the prices, barbecue tickets from $16 to $15.
Where can I spend that dollar?
Every little help.
You gotta buy the fork, right? That's $1.
No, really, we have reduced the price to $15.
how many tickets are you selling?
400. We shut it off at 400. But I tell you, and that's thanks to the generous people we have, the Piggly Wiggly, Sunday Diner, the Country Club, Anonymous Pitmaster, Tomlin's, who else? I'm forgetting to think, that have done everything.
Everything is donated, isn't that
Everything
fabulous?
that we have.
That's fabulous.
So we have 4 food trucks for the,
3 actual food trucks and 1 is a snow cone truck.
Okay.
I mean,
What time are we telling them to show up?
that's what we gotta figure.
I didn't know if we were doing lunch.
Well, 2 of them are staying overnight. And so they are gonna be there at the lunchtime and then come back in the evening. I mean, they're gonna go into town, do whatever they wanna do, and then come back and serve again.
So if people want to stay around after the parade and all that stuff, they can have, we'll have 2 food trucks here. Excuse me.
Do you think there's any need, and I'm not saying the Pettings that we had last year too, but the girl on the blue bus, I think we might could get her to do both if you think there's a need for it.
Oh, the kids would love
I
it.
don't think it's good. Much as interaction.
There's a lot of interaction and stuff. We've got to.
For the 4th.
Yeah, we've got to contact her pretty soon anyway.
Yeah. Would you write up a description of the blue bus and send it to me?
It's
When we-
blue, and it's got a square off.
Got some wheels.
It's not a short bus though.
It's
It's
got
a
a
full-size bus.
Thank you, Jim.
Yeah, I will.
Kind of sputters,
What's the name, what's her name? We saw it coming through Clayton the other day.
The blue bus.
Yeah, it's
I've got
It's
a
called
card.
something else.
It's Interact. I'm not sure. It's actually called.
so the food trucks will basically be there all day and evening. Okay.
Can we revert back to Wi-Fi? Bruce or Tony, could you go stand out in the CBC parking lot with your cell phones to see how far you can, how much coverage
far
we
you can
got?
go out,
As
yeah.
to whether we need to think about some sort of booster for Wi-Fi, because if we have food trucks and out there, I assume that's where the food trucks are go or not, I don't
We
know.
were thinking maybe if we could, if, I don't know, there's room at the CDC, but we thought about if we had maybe some places at the pavilion area as well. But I don't know.
Okay, so we need
That's
to check
big
that
side.
too, then, Wi-Fi there? Well, they
Well,
do-
I mean, I feel pretty confident with that. The only thing is that I don't know the logistics of a weekend kind of thing. We have to sign some kind of long-term deal to keep it there, but that might be good to have an open Wi-Fi.
Well, we can have Wi-Fi with a password, so it's not really open.
I mean, if somebody's using the pavilion for something,
Well, that's true. That's
well,
true.
another thing too, we talked about the cameras, put some cameras, so we need Wi-Fi, so that, you know. we-
So you wanna look into that, we'll get back to that. Okay, so food trucks go where then?
That's to be determined.
At the church?
I just think it's more
Of
visible.
course, I mean, the church, we got parking problems like crazy, because we got
Well, then,
people.
I just think, anyway, when y'all were saying stand out there with your phone, one phone may get a lot of signal. But if there are many credit cards being ran and people on the Wi-Fi, it may slow that down regardless.
Well, the lunch, the parade ends at the pavilion, which will be around lunchtime. So-
But we do need the parking. Do y'all remember how many people we had last year?
Boatload.
People started parking like at 8 o'clock in the morning or
Oh, they
early.
did, they really did.
Line up, line up.
Yeah, get their spots, yep.
So I mean, the whole road is
Now, I'm
parking.
just saying, the dinner time, the CBC may be the centralized location, because that's gonna be proximate to the.
That's where a lot of people park for the fireworks. too.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's say, y'all, where are we putting them? Or you wanna get back to that?
The food trucks,
Golly, sorry, y'all.
I guess close to the Wi-Fi, as close to a Wi-Fi as possible, right?
We're talking about CBC Wi-Fi and a
The area
possibility of us
across,
putting one in
the
it.
little paved
Oh,
area,
the city pavilion. Okay.
I was gonna ask, the paved area across the front entrance to the CBC where we put hay bales,
Uh-huh.
would that be a location? Most of those guys use generators anyway, would that put
Well,
a
you
couple
know,
there?
they park that whole way in front of the CBC church and where Ridge Bowl, that whole area is cars, all the way
Yeah,
down.
you'd have
So
to
you're
do
talking
that.
about a truck behind them?
Well, there, I mean, if you're trying to
In the parking lot.
preserve parking to the CBC, I don't know, we'll just have to think about that.
Yeah. All right, y'all, for our next meeting, put that on in your thinking caps and we'll get back to specifics on that.
For where to put the food trucks?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got down city pavilion and CBC.
Okay,
Are you talking about all this?
no, we're talking about
Fourth of July.
Are you gonna have another meeting before this?
we're gonna probably have to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry. Sorry, y'all, because I love meetings. What?
I'll figure
Because
it
they'll, I'm not
out.
sure
Get
they'll.
things- Sorry,
Okay.
We're last minute kind of people.
Yeah,
it's mountain time.
We're better with our
That's
back to the wall.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly right. That needs to be on our city
That's
logo
right.
in Latin.
Mhm.
Right.
We do better under stress. Okay, here's what we had last year, the schedule. We had 8 to 10 was, of course, the pancake breakfast. And they are gonna have it on the 3rd. Then from 9:30 to 10:45 is the Sky Valley Rubber Duck Race. I was looking at the stream, I'll give it to you. 9:30 to 10:45, getting ready for the race.
Right.
And the race lasts all of 15 minutes.
Right.
Okay.
Well, we're gonna extend it this year, that's the.
Have you looked at that stream? It's got a lot of rocks in it, Jason. I was smelling there
Well, I mean,
yesterday.
we're gonna clear all those banks out up to that.
Oh, are you?
The bridge, I mean, that's the plan.
Okay,
Because
great.
that bridge is larger,
Yeah,
and so that's gonna showcase our new culvert too, if we elect, if
That's
people,
true.
if people drop in right there, they can come in, and then they'll feed through the new culvert, and then as the stream converge. One of the complaints we got was that it didn't last long.
well, that would last long, and if the ducks get caught in the culvert, we'll have a culvert sweeper.
Yeah,
Yes.
Sorry.
Not me.
You just raised your hand, Ken?
No, I
Yes,
did
he
not.
did. Yes,
No,
he did.
I was just having to get ready for the parade.
I mean, that was just a
That's
thought, if we started at the other bridge.
I think it'd be great at that bridge, I really do.
The only thing about the rubber duck race, the biggest complaint where people, that I received, and this, AKA the city was, I think, kids like to throw them into the, I think last year they all might have been put in a trash can, they were dumped.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The kids, they like to be able to throw it
To know
into,
which one is theirs, yeah. Yeah.
and throw it into the lake.
Well, a bigger issue is we have to find a new rubber duck king or queen because Lou says, because of family issues, she can't do it this year. So who do we get as a victim, as a person to help us with the duck race?
How about rain?
Think Ray would do it?
See,
I
like,
don't know how many we bought last year, we did 300 or 500, but.
And we need to order.
I think we ordered, about 500 ducks last year.
Who could do that?
You order 500.
Yeah, the first year was 300, but
I
I think
used
that
them all.
we used about 420, but I don't know where those other 80 are at, but,
Yeah.
I know Miss Warren, the year before last, she did it, she helped
Yeah.
out, in fact, she was here today,
Our volunteer that wanted to do all those things, she's backed out.
Now, who is that?
The lady we talked about before who wanted to bring I don't remember, she wanted to bring,
Oh, yeah.
a prize for every child, a gift card or
Mhm.
something, yeah, she's no longer interested. I told her around 500 kids, and she said, I can't do it.
You like that?
Yeah.
No way.
With that many volunteers, did you get that email that Diana sent you on
Mm-hmm,
the school?
mm-hmm.
She needs to call, and we need to.
You think they would do
Oh,
that?
yeah, I think so. There'll be fewer for the third because kids are gone, it'll be just the kids that's living there year round. But Oktoberfest, I think it'd be huge to have it.
You think, okay, I think I have that email, but send it to me again,
Okay.
because I only have about 5,000 emails.
There's Tika, or not, this,
Tika,
yeah.
Tika Earnhardt, yeah, I know her.
She asked us the other day, well, they've never heard from her.
So is she part of that?
Well, her husband is a big wig at school, and they talk all the time. But,
Okay.
yeah.
Send me that email again, and send it to me and to Mr. Turner.
She's talking about Reagan Gap School.
How about Lisa Jacobson? Do you know her?
I do not.
They just moved, well, they've had a place here for quite some time. I think he just retired, and I think she did too, school teacher. She's younger, for the duck.
Do you know him?
I do.
Would you kind of talk to him, Bruce, and we'll get,
Who else?
We'll
We
get
need
Luke-
more people to sign up.
for what, the duck race?
Yes.
Yeah, we do. Well,
If you're signing
We've
up
got
500 people, one, 2 people
we have
can't do that.
possible, the Nakuchi School volunteers is what Jim was
Community
talking
service.
about.
Oh, okay.
So
Community
that's
service.
a possibility.
Okay.
So we'll have to talk to those people.
I'll check with Lisa, see if she wants to coordinate it, and she's gonna have a team of what, 3, 4, 5 people helping her?
And we'll have
Okay.
tables set up there where they can register, and then the ducks will be there, but then somebody will, they'll have to, you know, number the ducks, and then we'll figure out a system for maybe some sort of screen that the fire department's gonna make for us.
Did they keep their ducks last year? Did
Kid-
the kids all kept them?
Oh, yeah.
A lot of them probably wound up down like.
They probably went into the golf course.
Right,
They're
Yeah.
Dillard now.
And they're a Dillard now.
Along with the swan.
Yeah, oh, it's a dead swan. Yeah.
We have a lot of them upstairs in the loft area and at the shop. Because Louis had brought those, there was a lot of people that didn't take them. And so.
They already have numbers on them though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's some over at the club shed too from previous years.
That they got out of the lake probably.
I don't know where they came from.
Okay, they are not that expensive,
Oh,
y'all.
I know.
Well, let's just buy some.
How about signage? Are we good on what we need for signage coming up or advertising?
Well, yeah, we need to talk about that. All right, are we through with the duck race? We'll check on some people, and maybe we can get Carolyn and, or maybe even Lou to meet with whoever we find that will be the head queen or king of the ducks, and tell them, kind of give them some suggestions on how to do it.
So we don't have to
Because the
reinvent
kids
it.
always love it.
They do love it.
And then we give them like a little, you know, dollar store prize and a certificate, and that's about it.
That's a $1.25 prize now.
Yeah, it's up to, yeah. We're gonna give them a Sid Weber ticket, because it's, you know, it's inflated down. Okay. 11:15 to 11:45 is the Sky Valley Grand Parade, and I know you've already had people talking about wanting to be in the parade, and I have too. So you and I will get together, and I have a email that I sent out last year, we'll send it out, and you'll be the head queen of taking that
The
in,
queen.
the queen of the parade.
I thought we were doing this with volunteers. I didn't say
Well,
anything about
Thank you.
volunteering.
They have to call in and say they want to be in it, so we have a list of who it is.
Okay.
Don't give me a hard time.
And Carla Seide goes to the back of the line this year.
Who does?
Carla.
Carla Stahl does. She was,
Is Carla Stahl.
it was Carla Stahl, yes. Well, we will have a severe talk with
She
her.
goes back to the end of the
Her
line.
dog almost wrecked the place last night.
Well, we had a place for all the dogs to congregate. And some people catch, well, you can't park there. Well, she comes up, I just need to park here for a second. She sits in her car until the
See,
race started.
Yeah.
Huh?
We, Bruce and I are in golf carts, and we have to line all that groups up, and we're talking 40, corralling 40 things. And I'll say, don't move, you are number one, you are number two, so that when Tony announces them as they come by the parade stand, he's going, who is it, who is it? I'm going, I don't know, so
Just make sure the order is correct.
we make sure the order's correct, yeah. We'll get after
Carl would
Carl.
like that, when everybody was lying like that.
Yeah,
I've got the color guard lined up,
fantastic, thank you.
and it's Gary Cantwell, who's commander of the VFW in Clayton, is getting them. And
So the color command is what we call them?
No, the color guard.
Color guard, okay.
Yes, and then behind the color guard, Gary will drive
Then we have a World War II truck that's Rick's
truck next,
Rick's truck, okay.
but Gary
Great.
will drive it.
I'm sorry. Anybody have any luck on getting a van?
I have not. I even asked some people who played the bagpipes, but they're gonna be out of town. So, I was hoping to have a band, but I can't find
Does the
one.
VFW, do they
Let me,
do that?
Do some checking.
Bagpipes and stuff?
Not this, not in Clayton.
Nothing.
These are two people from Highlands. This is a man and wife who played bagpipes, and they're gonna be out. Check on that. I would, I mean, even if it's just 5, 6, whatever.
Yeah.
Drummers and pipes or horns or whatever. I think that would be so cool. We will have the music. I guess we'll get the speaker from Ford Reagan again, Tony.
Assuming they still have it, yeah.
Okay.
So what time do you want the color guard in place? At 10?
Well, we'll start lining up at, what time did we line up last year? Bruce, you remember? It was early because it took us all, we had the parade
I think
start
it's-
at about 11:30.
Yeah,
I think it's when we did it. So at least by,
line up.
they could start lining up at 11:15, that's 45 minutes. 10:45 lining up. Yeah. And then we'll start the parade at 11:30. Does that sound like a winner?
Yeah.
Winner chicken dinner? Okay. Because it is always fabulous. And Ken, I know Ken is, says he's gonna win again this year, the People's Choice Award. Isn't that right, Ken?
yeah.
Well, he's gonna be pickleball? No, what are you doing this year? Pickleball. Okay, it's a secret, sorry. I saw Chip Oliver the other day, he said just go ahead and get his first prize certificate ready. I said, yeah, well, we'll see, we'll see. Yes, he has. We'll see, we'll
But,
see.
as you got the People's Choice Award.
You got the People's
I know.
Choice Award, all right.
I mean, he's the only one who spoke, how can he not win? I mean, nah, come on.
She's here now.
I come in, poor loser here, there.
I'm not a loser. I'll take the People's Choice every year.
We only got
We need
3
your
feet
team.
of water. Running
Okay.
Yeah.
Gas, baby,
Maybe
gas.
8,000 gallons.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
Okay.
We
All
can't,
right,
they're trying to
now we
find
talk
it.
about,
So, we're gonna put out a notice telling people to conserve, but I know from a fire standpoint, that's not a whole lot of water if something happens, but they are on, Jerry said they apologized. We've got a major leak at Winding Riggs that we're chasing. And I need to let the chief know that he's only got about 8,000 gallons of water to work with right now if something happens.
do you have a water truck, Kim? How many gallons on that water truck? How long does that last?
About 2 minutes.
And go 10 minutes, you go 2 minutes.
Depending on how much the pressure.
I know we're recording, I
Gallons
apologize.
you got. Gotcha.
Okay, thank you. I apologize, I know we're recording, but that's important.
That was important.
Okay.
Jason, I'll just modify our response until I hear from you that it's fixed.
Okay.
All right,
Are we
so.
gonna do the hot dogs again?
Well, that was the next thing, from 11:30 to 1:30 last year, we had the Sky Valley, Scaly Mountain Fire Department Hot Dog Cafe.
Is it really necessary for, if we got 3 food trucks?
Well, obviously, we wouldn't want to do that if we had people, because we gave those away.
Yeah.
The timeshare bought all the hot dogs.
Yeah.
and the buns and the water. So what can we have the timeshares do for us instead?
Would they supply water? I mean, that's at least a nice thing if it's hot, you have water bottles.
Yeah,
Yeah, water station.
just have water stations? Okay.
I mean, not trying to short, but I mean, it's silly for him to set up and got variety of food and food truck.
Well, I'm sure they wouldn't appreciate that either,
Oh,
for giving
yeah, I'm
away
saying-
food.
Yeah.
They would probably win down there getting the free food.
So it probably needs to be one or the other, but we,
Yeah.
I think it's their sparkling personalities. I
Where's
think
the
it's the
free
free
hot
food.
dogs?
So we skipping water?
No, we're saying, we're talking about, since we probably don't need the free hot dogs, we will have a water station. Did the fire department
What if we
want to get a
did-
water station?
What if we had a couple water stations?
Yeah, several.
Yeah.
One of them being where he has the fire trucks are always down there
Well, I
for
had
the
one
kids.
down there, but I'm not gonna commit any personnel to it,
To what?
water station.
Well, all right.
well, now, keep in mind too, these food trucks, they sell beverages too, so
Right.
we have to be sensitive to that.
That's what I was kind of getting
So
to.
do we don't need a water station then?
If we have 3 food trucks,
That's just more water bottles.
The
we gotta
suggestion
do.
was provided
Yeah.
to the vendors, they were the ones who were stuck there and they couldn't, you know, they had nothing to drink and they had no place to go get anything, so they were
Okay,
asking
fine.
about it, yeah.
Yeah,
And to have a good food vendor, to possibly come back the next year, they need to make a little bit of money.
yeah.
Share for their efforts.
the folks we had here the other day for the, are they gonna come?
They are.
They need to pick it up.
Well,
They need to be better staffed because there was a line and it wasn't moving quickly enough, I think. Now with 2 or 3, but they need to pick it up.
They did well though, financially, they did well,
Mhm.
so that's great.
But
And you
with
figure
2 or
we
3,
didn't
it
have
may
as
help.
many at open houses we're gonna have at the 3rd of July either.
Yeah.
So we're saying no water station, is that what we're saying? Okay,
Okay, that's out.
what would we like to ask?
If we wanted to, could we sell bottled water, Sid Weber?
Yeah,
Or vodka bottle or something?
it's okay with me? You wanna do it?
I don't know, board meeting Thursday, but
Okay.
we got a lot of water down there, dude.
that'd be good.
I think that'd be good. And it's for a good cause, so I'll put a question mark by that.
Okay, yeah.
All right,
I'll bring it up Thursday.
okay.
A suggestion for that, you probably make more money if you ask for a donation for it rather than.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah.
I agree, Tony. All right, so what can we have, timeshares are willing to help financially. They don't give us any manpower, but they help us financially. Be thinking about what we need, what else we need.
What if they bought a bunch of little American
I
flags
was
and
gonna
give
say
them out?
flags, yeah.
Or even those little, like, what are they called, little clapper
Pinwheels?
things? Oh, those would be good too. No, I don't wanna give any scary stuff.
Yeah, we're not gonna catch anything on
But yeah, the
fire.
pinwheels, or that'd be good. Or some of those clappers, you know, where it has 3 hands and they keep clapping.
Yeah.
As a former teacher, I know you love those.
Former teacher, loved it.
I like that idea, as people come into the parade,
Yeah.
hey. That's okay,
apologize.
no problem.
Well, fine.
I think as they come into the parade, we give out those, so everybody can be waving the flags, especially when the parade goes by and the ducks go by. I think that's a cool idea. How many flags you think we'd have to order, and could you look up on your phone how much little flags would cost, Jason? And the timeshares could pay for those.
Right.
And
You
that's a
think it
good
did?
way if you gave them out, people come in to get a count.
We could,
Yeah.
and have some down already for the residents too,
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay? Are you volunteering to be the counter?
I'm gonna be really good.
You got a secret entry as
I'm
well.
gonna
Oh, I see.
And I'm gonna be helping Jim.
Oh, that's another thing.
Now, you're gonna be on the parade route with me, buddy,
They could have some volunteers to clean up doggy poop along the parade.
for the school.
No, I'm talking for the parade, because that's what the dog.
I know, I hear you, but who's gonna be doing that too?
I don't know if we had a problem with that last year.
I don't think we did.
Those little flags are around $1 each.
Woo!
Are they?
Well, how much did they spend on hot dogs?
I have no idea.
Any idea, Kim?
No, that was
So we
timeshares.
did,
I know, but that's.
Oh, how many hot
Five
dogs do you
in.
have, 500?
500.
So we're talking about, yeah, $500. Well, I don't know how much that, well, between the buns and the chips and the water
I don't
and the
know.
hot dogs, they spent some money, yeah.
They spent the money and then they, they donated it to us, so.
Well, how, like red, white, and blue beads for the kids?
We bought the condiments, the napkins, the little boats last year.
Yeah,
Was that a bulk price or just buying them two at a
And
time?
he's got them on Amazon, just
yeah.
500.
But how big were the flags you looked at that were above the piece?
Little ones, like, probably about the size of, little bit
Ones that are
smaller,
out in
a
front?
little bit smaller than that.
So when I talked to Shelley at Timeshare, how many do you think we should ask her to buy?
I'd say probably at least 500.
Okay,
What'd y'all decide?
Because kids.
we're gonna do the flags.
And also give you a good, that'd be a good way to measure and stick to count your totals too, probably.
I think we're gonna have well over 500.
Oh, yeah, but if we had 500 people waving flags.
That'll look good.
Yes, it would.
It'll look deliciously good on the videos
On the
that we have,
drone.
on the
I
drone.
just hope we're not picking up 500 flags.
Are we asking Steve's not coming into the valley anymore, is Dinsburg? Or do we ask
I think
Mooney?
it's kind of crazy.
I think it is. How about, we can ask Mooney to do a drone of the parade? Do you want that?
Good, I mean,
All right, I'll get a hold of Mooney.
I mean, Denver's, my understanding, I know this is not marketed, it's my understanding his contract's over, but
Yeah,
he will do whatever's reasonable requested, so that's probably another
for
conversation.
additional price.
I don't know.
Okay.
That's the conversation.
Well, look, Mooney will do it. Yeah, he'll do it. All right, how about I ask Mooney first and then we go from there? Okay, that okay with you?
So timeshare's gonna do just flags, is that correct? Or
Well-
is there anything else we wanna?
Do we want, what else did you suggest? You said clappers and somebody said
Or
beads.
beads.
Do we want beads?
Those
Red, white,
spin
and blue
wheels.
beads?
Beads are
Then we run in fear of kids running out and getting them.
Well, we're gonna tell the floats not to throw candy because then kids run out and we're afraid litigation wise, we're gonna run over them. And that would not be good.
Run to that.
Yeah, that kind of ruined the day.
Yeah, ruin my beads there. I'm good at it.
All right.
Very good.
Mm-hmm.
You just wrap it right around.
You want
Bust it out and
You want
land.
to tell us the whole story?
No,
Okay. Then, of course, we've got the Sid Weber, when is the barbecue starts at 5:30 again?
5:30,
Okay,
to 8 o'clock.
To 8 o'clock, and then 9:30-ish is our fireworks.
I sent the guy an email today just reconfirming, I have not, let me see if he responded.
Okay,
And the club is having music for the delay time. 'Cause, it's, last year, the time of the fireworks was delayed probably 30, 45 minutes, but have a live band going on at the time.
so the club's gonna have a band playing or
That's something
something?
band I was telling you about.
Oh, okay. Is that for everybody or just club members?
No, that'll be for
I
everybody.
mean,
Okay.
We started the fireworks maybe 10, 15 minutes later last year.
Yeah.
Because the year before, as the king of, as the receiver of the complaints, which I gladly accept, I got blasted that we started, that by the time it got good, it was over.
Mm-hmm.
So I intentionally waited about 15 more minutes last year, so.
Oh, no, they go by the.
21, I think we started right about 9:25, and then it was right at 9:40 last year, so. About 9:40 is the sweet spot, because you want it, I'd rather get folks complaining they had to wait too long
Well,
and enjoy it than
What's
have.
going on, because people start coming early to get a good spot, that's on them, yeah.
Yeah, so, but, probably about 9:40 is when we're gonna shoot. Or when it's just really good and dark, because the show, you're talking a 15-minute show.
And I think the club made a killing last year, leaving the bar open and serving people.
Well,
Waiting on the fireworks.
We shoot at 10. We're not getting none of that, but,
Don't worry about Scott Valley, everybody goes to bed at 9.
yeah, well.
Except for 4th of July, yeah, 30. All right, now let's start talking about advertisements and signs. You wanna take
Signage,
it?
what do we have signs that we've reused every year? For the fall.
Mostly fall festival stuff.
So what do we use for signs for the 4th? And what do we do for advertising? Is that Forward Raven?
They will.
We did something in, I mean.
We did Forward
The
Raven.
community calendar, the newspaper, but
And, yeah, the Clayton Tribune.
I don't really recall having signs.
We didn't do
mostly-
posters and windows in the stores, that was Fall
Yeah.
Fest. Or
We
did
did both.
We did both?
I did both.
All right, so he did little flyers that all the merchants,
But I still think we
miscommunication,
missed out on not having signs. Sid Weber does a great job putting signs out, even down in Dillard. I mean, big signs. Why can't we do that? I mean,
I don't really when we can, I mean, it's just, we just.
you mean
have
like
to-
stick in the ground signs?
well, no, they have the, what,
2 posts.
12-foot
banner
long sign.
between it.
type?
Yeah.
And people pass it every day, like, oh man, yeah, I gotta do that. You know, I think we've missed out a lot by not having the proper signage. I really do.
All right, so what is your suggestion, Mr. Rhodes?
Well, I think that type of sign, and plus, don't we still have that big wooden sign we used for years? And it was pretty. I mean, it.
For the 4th?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, well,
That was
For Fall Fest, all we
This
did
is
was
Fall
change the
Fest.
day.
But
yeah.
we can get,
And we can print on the third, I'm going back to Fall Fest, third Saturday in October. And that's good every year. You don't have to change it.
Fall Fest,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
That sign is down at Public Works, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
we
used to have
But it would definitely need some refreshing.
Well, 4th of July though, what do we?
All right, for 4th of July, 3rd of July, what do we need? Besides, we got Forward Raven, Clayton Raven, of course, the Sky
We
Valley
just- I mean, We
Times.
did a heavy presence between the Visit Sky Valley, Facebook, Visit Sky Valley
Yeah,
website.
social media,
One on one, the
We
radio
did some,
station.
I think a couple of MailChimp blasts. We're-
yeah, MailChimp,
We've got the brain trust here between these two, so
yeah.
I'm sure.
What do you suggest, communication specialist?
All of these things, I mean, we can definitely take care of that. I'd like to get some better signage though, just to have further out. Like, we can do it here, all that MailChimp and stuff is in-house.
But like have a banner in front of the here?
Maybe at the bottom.
And
Yeah.
for the mountain,
Put
yeah.
it on the mountain, because you've got
That's-
tons of.
And
Yeah,
at
we're
the
gonna have
entrance,
one there.
or even up there at Bella's, that area
Yeah.
where you're going in. I mean, it'd be nice to have something very visible.
And like you say, if you do the 3rd of July, 3rd of July next year, or the third
Well, it
Saturday in
depends on,
October.
depends on when we can get fireworks, that's the determinant as to which day. we
Next
choose.
year it's on Thursday.
Next year,
So
we're
we
not,
need
But
to
it's
kind
still
of
be,
have a
it's
place
still
you
be
can
the
change it.
third though. Fireworks.
Wow.
Probably,
Well,
because if,
That'll be
that,
on a Wednesday.
depends on who our
Well-
person is that does fireworks. And this is the last year of our contract,
It is.
right, with these.
I mean, typically it's the 3rd, or it's been the closest Saturday to the 4th, whatever's the
Oh, well, I
closest.
don't remember nothing.
Because you're like,
The reason we're doing it, we always have to do it the day before the 4th
Mhm.
on this contract, because on the 4th, they do Dillard, this company does Dillard fireworks.
which is way more affordable.
Yeah, so we'll check on that. All right, so we need a sign at the bottom of the hill, maybe in front of the
Fellas.
Bella's, maybe one even in front of City Hall. What,
Yeah.
some sort of
Yeah.
banners, like that we can get from,
well, between
Adolph's
Happy
or-
Jacks, Tropical Rays,
Yeah.
and.
Is Adolph still going?
is he still going, Adolph, or is he gone?
No, he is, but.
He's still working?
He is, but
Okay.
from, I guess, but who's probably been to?
Tropical Rays.
Tropical.
Tropical Rose, okay, so we
Happy
want,
Jack's making our t-shirt.
do we want one for the entrance of Sky Valley?
Yes.
All right, so that's 4 signs.
You know, on the Fall Fest signs, we have those vinyl,
Uh-huh,
reusable, and they're like 6 feet wide.
yeah.
That we could probably have something, now, Adolph made those for us, they weren't,
It-
Do they do well, not sag, if they're 6 feet wide?
well,
Well, they do sag some.
I mean, we just took rebar and we drilled,
Oh.
we held, they
Support.
really pulled them really taut across.
So we're having it at the entrance?
We put those signs, we put one there near the resort sign across from Winding Ridge, we had one there.
Yeah,
And then we put the other one at the main entrance there on the
all
bottom
right,
mountain.
resort sign,
But we want one here, I think, too.
yeah,
probably,
one at City Hall, that's 3, and then and one at the bottom of the hill.
Mhm.
And you count Bellas. don't you?
How many
No,
shirts
don't
are
we
we
do
doing
it
on
both?
the 4th? Sure.
I don't remember, it's not that
We
many.
could do one at
Okay,
Bella's.
so that was a good, I know that was a good marketing for the Fall Fest.
Yeah.
We got some for Independence Day
Depends on how
shirts.
much they wanna spend on
we're gonna sell, So
flyers.
that'll be a great,
Mm.
We'll see.
Marketing
That
tool
was-
as well.
we'll ask that one.
I know she's gonna show the example here in a minute, but
Sure.
we will definitely make sure.
So that's 5 signs if we put one at Bella's. And these are, ta-da, and we're selling those? Where are we selling those, just
We're
here?
gonna sell those here, like we did the Fall Fest shirts, and I think we even, I mentioned yesterday, would there be,
Pass
any-
them around.
if we had any extra, would there be any opposition if some got sold in one of the breakfasts, there may be some folks that.
We got the POA president right
Would
here.
that be any, if we had any extra shirts to sell, anybody want them? I don't know.
Are we gonna try to get a mobile
Yeah, you can sell
ATM, or are we just gonna try to stay with Wi-Fi? You know, if you get an ATM, I don't know if you have to have a security guy there.
I mean, that's a hassle, people want to buy something, they say, oh, it's 45, oh, let me run there and get $45 in cash.
Well, what are we gonna be selling for $45? I guess it's shirts, are we gonna
Well,
sell
Well, I'm-
shirts there?
I'm sorry. I'm-
Yeah, you can sell.
You're doing
Sell
Oktoberfest.
shirts at the pancake breakfast.
You're gonna do that at pancake breakfast, all right?
Well, I'm hoping we'll be sold out before then, but. if
Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah.
How many did you order?
I can't remember, I can go look.
That's all right.
You
Because
get
he
first
said,
dibs, right?
he said he'd have a batch ready, not the whole order, and then we can start selling,
You'd have them when?
mid-June.
Oh, well, then you can have some more.
Yeah.
Okay. I think those are.
And we're doing some in children's sizes.
Great, great. What was I gonna ask you, Ken? It was really important. I don't know. So you will have your trucks and paraphernalia here for the kids to climb on? Don't say it if you don't mean it. Oh, the FAR, as they say here in Georgia, the FAR trucks, okay? And are you gonna start sending your guys to the pancake breakfast?
We've already talked about it.
We've already talked, never mind. Never mind. Because somebody was asking at the pancake breakfast,
Where you were.
he said, what are they? I said, it was cold.
It was Trump.
It was cold.
The only guy warm was the guy making the coffee.
And the sausage.
No, no, it was cold making coffee. No,
You were hugging that pot pretty close now, wait a minute.
Now, it wasn't bad at the sausage, because he had the two grills right.
Yeah, he was toasty warm. The rest of it's freezing. But I think we had, what,
210.
210 people showed up, so that
210
means,
clicks.
for July the 3rd, I think last year they had over 400.
Oh,
Yeah.
doing coffee last year, 4th of July, it was miserable, because the line was all the way down to the clubhouse.
It did.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
they get up, well, why don't we have coffee? Well, I'm sorry, we're making more.
You may have to talk to POA, we need to do some, an industrial strength coffee pot or something, because coffee is,
Whose coffee pots are those that
Oh, we got,
they used? Do they
well,
belong
Dottie and I
to-
bought 1 or 2 last year. We got the ones that you know, have on each side, like in a
Yeah.
restaurant. And then we got an urn that don't do anything but just hold the coffee.
Yeah.
So we need something else. I mean, it's just, it's miserable on holiday
This is the
weekend.
email that I
It really is.
what I did last year.
and is the sausage okay? It tastes different, it's good,
It
but
was
it tastes
different.
different.
It's
was
a different form, recipe, not
Recipe,
formula.
yeah.
It's a
Is
different
that, was that
recipe.
Blaylock's?
Yeah.
Well, the people that bought it,
and changed
It's
the
good, but
recipe.
it's different.
It's not as tasty as, I don't think, because I think they've cut a lot of the fat out of it, which is where it all,
Mm.
anyway, never mind, we digress.
Good stuff.
All right, any more,
The hot was still good.
the what?
The hot. They have mild and hot.
Oh,
oh,
gotcha.
They use mild, I buy the hot.
I like
It's
the
still
Sausage
very
and
flavorful.
gravy was real good.
Yeah, it was, and it was warm this year.
That's always the key.
Tell Tom,
Yeah.
I will pass that.
pass that on to
Comment
Tom, pass that on to Tom. All right, so have we discussed, are we putting it in, are we doing a, something this size for somebody to pass out to the vendors in Clayton?
We can make,
Dude,
oh, you
I'll do that again.
All right, posters in Clayton, okay.
I'll do those again this year. We'll get Bentley to do it one.
Get Bentley carries it in, they'll do it for sure.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He just smiles.
All right.
So are you making the posters?
No, no,
I'm
no,
making-
no, I'm just passing them out.
Okay, just
Karen,
making sure.
Karen
I will
prepared
get
it
you
last
an
year.
announcement on
Oh,
Silver
perfect.
Barbecue.
Yes, okay, so poster, I think I wrote this
How
down.
many did we do last year, Karen? Do you remember? Because I came back and asked for more.
Yeah, so I don't know what the final count,
Was it?
was
100?
it, was it that many?
I don't know if it was that many. I think I
Did you
got maybe 50.
Was
Did
it
you
in
do Dillard
Dillard?
too?
Yeah.
I mean, and did you do Franklin?
No, I didn't do Franklin.
Just did around here.
Clayton and Dillard.
I
Yeah, I think
we'll have
it's 50.
problems finding people coming now. I think it's gonna show up.
I think they're gonna show up.
Yeah. All right, how about city decorations? So how are we on city decorations, Jason?
So I was hoping to get Jerry and his guys here, because I know they're heavily involved in getting those out. They're tied up with this water issue, but do y'all want the trailer this year with the bunny for the stage?
Unless you got a better idea, I think that works good, don't you, Tony? Okay, that's where the speakers go and Tony announces the people.
It seems like somebody volunteered the PA system last year. I don't know who did that.
Forward Raiders did it too. And can we have some, you know, 8x11 cards cut in, cardstock cut in half with numbers on it, so I can give numbers to the entry and say, you are number 3, do not move. And maybe they can put the number on their entry somewhere. Can you do that? How many do we need? Let's just do 50 and think big.
Are you thinking 50?
We had more than 50 last year, didn't we?
We have 40
Are
something.
you talking about participants for parade?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Want to do 60 just in case we have that many show
You
up?
know, that was,
60.
for lack of a better word, a little organized chaos last year.
Now, I resent that.
Well, no, I mean, what I mean is, and you want people to socialize, but it was a lot of socialization. Everybody really was kind of at their station, they weren't really at their respective floats. And of course, we were trying to rush to get from the duck race, so maybe a couple more, might be good to have a couple more volunteers, like maybe as people line up, maybe as they're turning on the Tahoe from Sky Valley, maybe somebody could give them their number so they know where they need to get, because that's where it got to be kind of.
You say the registration was kind of chaotic, getting people to register their floats or whatever?
Well, a bunch of them all come in at the same time, so I just had to run up down with the card saying, who are you, and you're number 3, and who are you, and you're number, yeah.
Of course, it was actually down past the lake
Oh, it
last year,
was,
so.
it was.
I mean, we go 50.
And the fire department, David helped us a bunch.
So, I mean, if
He would hit the siren and say, get blind.
If we have 50 participants, it may even be down to the falls.
Yeah,
I mean, by the time we get
he's
back.
not gonna be here this year, I don't think.
Who's that?
David, he comes. As I said, I'm counting on you, and I'm not gonna be here. They're out of town. Okay, so we need a better system for that. Jason?
Probably.
The problem with handing numbers is when they go to get in line, do they leave enough space?
Yeah.
There.
Yeah.
That's what.
That was a problem.
Well, I'm just gonna let them all line up, and
Get 'em in
then Bruce and I are gonna go down and hand them their
Yeah.
numbers, and I'm
If
gonna
you
try
let
to
'em
keep a
apart.
list, and then we're gonna say, if you move, we will kill you.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, but we also need to quickly, whoever is number 1, if number 12 is Oliver, because they all went, Chip and them go all out. If they're number 12, we need to be able to quickly have that down so that, Tony, if you're the MC or whoever.
I'll give them the list.
Okay, so they'll know who
And
that
make him
is.
be last.
Yeah, I think so.
He should be last.
The finale.
Yeah.
So,
That's
Yeah.
it.
He's
I'll tell him he's got more pressure on him.
Well, if he's last, is he gonna be able to turn the float around? If he's gonna have to go all the
No,
way
no, no,
down?
he can park. He can park like at timeshares. At the
Oh, wow.
pool.
And just pull in?
And then just pull
Pull
in
in.
last, yeah.
They're planning something big, because he
Yeah, he told me.
asked me the other day, he confirmed, was it the 3rd? I said, yes.
Yeah, he told me what they're doing. I had a brilliant thought just a moment ago, but of course it's gone. Also, getting the message to the people, the police, we were trying to get to the, I think it was it Edwards? Officer Edwards, whoever the policeman was on duty, to start it. Took a while to get it all started, because we have some people walking, and So we'll try to do better at that too. But I think once that started, I thought it was fabulous. And Tony did a super job of
As
announcing it.
always.
Okay, anything else we need to talk about? I think we'll need to get back just one more time for a brief meeting, just to make sure we're all on the same page.
The
We
only,
have check Wi-Fi and timeshare and all.
I will say, the only, and I hate to use the word complaint, I'm gonna say suggestion, constructive suggestion, was that there was a lot of people that were kind of bummed that once the parade was over and the hot dog, they wanted activities to do between 1:30, 2 o'clock until 7, 8 o'clock at night.
Till the fireworks.
Yeah, well, at one time, like 21, that last year, we talked about trying to do the cornhole tournament. There was a lot of folks that were very disappointed about we didn't do that. That seems to be very big. But you need volunteers to man that, so.
Nobody
But
volunteered, yeah.
that was a big thing that I heard, that they wanted to have that. Apparently that's a big summertime thing, but again, I mean, I think obviously people kind of go do their own thing, but that is one thing that I heard a lot the past 2 years, is they wish there was activities going into the afternoon
Wow.
to kind of keep
Yeah.
things going.
I love the break.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a long, that makes a long day.
But a lot of these may not be residents, they may be
Right,
visitors.
right, people that are.
I know I have a toddler,
Younger
so-
families, they gotta
so-
share. That was not my phone.
Excuse me.
What, how about a petting zoo?
Fair?
I mean, is that gonna last, hours? Are kids gonna spend hours there?
Well, I think
You
that
could
would
have
be.
several events to accommodate all the people here.
Can we get a petting zoo?
I can try to get her for that too. I know,
Is that the blue bus lady?
No.
That's somebody else.
Yeah.
she's a works for Farm Bureau or Agriculture or whatever.
I know my little grandson would love a petting zoo. So,
Yeah.
do it.
Talk to,
Yeah, see,
Appreciate the blue
are we
bus
doing
and-
blue bus, so we'd have blue bus and petting zoo, that'd be pretty good.
but now, remember the petting zoo takes a little space,
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that-
okay.
so we need, get that nailed down.
Where she was good. Last year.
Yeah, but there's a bunch of holes up there. She was
Holes
panicking.
in metal.
Yeah,
That
she
you
was
cut.
panicking.
That's probably not a good location.
Okay, so we need to.
Because
find
we've got a
another
hole
spot.
right now we're chasing, trying to fix, and
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't even have fallen in a hole, that's for sure.
Yeah, I noticed a new one over there.
And over by the blue bus, she was saying, I mean, she had a metal thing that she was picking up all kinds of sharp stuff in that area where the bus was. So if we can police that,
Well, she could give those as prizes. to
Do you know
them.
the
that's a
names
good
of
idea.
people that wanted
But it's
cornhole,
scrap
that were
metal.
willing to
I
come
like
and
it, scrap
work
metal.
it?
I'd probably have to just purge through some of my emails, but I mean, it wasn't like 30 or 40 people, but I had probably 5 or 6 people that just reached out, said we really enjoyed it, but we're disappointed that there wasn't a cornhole tournament, so.
Well,
That was just something that stood out, again, you need.
That was just a few
You
people.
know, it's one of those things, it's great, but okay, we need volunteers to help
Right.
do it, so if nobody wants to, because I don't know much about cornhole.
It's probably not real hard, but to have a
it's
lot of
easy if
people.
you drink.
Okay.
The
Any other-
area up above well 3, that's behind the little gravel parking area where you overflow for pickleball,
Mhm.
could that be a petting zoo area? It's kind of hilly right there.
How
but
would people get up there? They have
they
to
can
drive
walk.
up there.
They can walk, I guess.
We're not shuttling the 4th or the
No,
Independence.
but it's,
That worked out well last
it's a level walk, I mean, it's not like, I mean, it's,
Well, ones that are walking have.
It worked out very well last
I
year.
mean, if people are, if the parade is ending, if the parade is ending at the pavilion, they're already gonna be right there. in that
Where's the
area.
accessibility to the, I call it a park, I don't know, but by the little stream that we've got the gravel pathway that walks around. How
Maybe put some
accessible
right
is
around. That would be pretty accessible, as long
It's
as
be
it
right
wasn't
across from
soggy.
the pavilion where they always are.
Well, they're not gonna be there. Well, just the truck.
Yeah,
Or it could be in the pavilion area,
yeah.
the petting zoo, because since
And the
they're
blue
not selling the hot dogs.
And we'll have something telling everybody that comes where everything is, because they're not gonna be right together.
Correct. And that we will talk about next time when we know exactly who's coming and the Wi-Fi questions and any other questions about the third that we haven't talked about.
That being said, do we need maps? Or there's gonna be that many events? I know we've got more events with the fall.
I just think we need to
Fourth.
let people know there's activity beyond CBC,
Mhm.
you know.
So we would need, I
For
guess.
Fall Fest, we need maps.
Yeah, we're gonna do better.
A lot more.
Yeah.
Well, we
Can
also
you-
have our announcer who can announce stuff too, say, kids, don't forget the petting zoo is over by the pickleball courts and
Homemade little
posters or
poster
something there.
board stuff stuck around,
Yeah.
pointing that way, petting zoo.
All right, well, let's find out if we're gonna have the petting zoo and the blue bus before we go through all this.
The only other thing,
Go ahead.
did we decide that we're gonna pursue a band or some kind of a, you're gonna look into that? I know the first time we
Not
met.
me.
You were gonna look into a band, you said.
Oh, for the parade.
The parade, okay,
Yes.
that's
You're gonna
fine.
get your kazoo out.
We had mentioned a kazoo before last time we met,
Yes.
a kazoo.
That was suggested by Sweet Cake Holmes. She said in her home in Florida, they had a women's kazoo band that led the 4th of July. I thought it was a hoot.
But why don't we get the spouses of everybody that's in this meeting to be in
I ain't
that band?
volunteering mine for.
Not live to see another
Not
day.
and live to see another day.
I would love it if we could have Sky Valley Kazoo Band, but who would lead it and organize
Well,
it?
you, if you're interested in doing it.
I'm parade queen.
Let's look into it. 'Cause,
All right.
I mean, I don't know how
I think,
you
how much are
find it.
kazoos? Would you look up kazoos?
Oh, they're cheap, they're cheap.
They're cheap.
You go to Amazon.
Or a little recorder.
Just have Amazon.
Like a music box.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question before we dismiss, because we need to get an answer. I know it's Oktoberfest I'm talking about, but you were there the other day for the doggy thing, weren't you?
Mm-mm. Yesterday?
Yeah.
No, I slept through it.
Somebody looked just like you. Okay, anyway, it was
I was taking a nap.
a country band, they were really good. I mean, not everybody likes
Who was
country
the
music.
country band?
Wag, what's the guy's last name?
I don't know.
Start with W, Wag.
Mhm.
Porterway.
No.
And dog, yes.
Porter Wagon, yeah.
But, the club has got them for that, they got them for several events coming up. So they're already kind of in-house, but they can do it for 4 or 5 hours for $300 for Oktoberfest. I think it'd be great.
All right, let's talk about that for when we do October.
But what I'm saying,
Yeah.
we're gonna have to down the phone, honey. We're gonna get it to make sure we got them, huh?
I'm gonna talk to him now.
Yeah, yeah.
Book 'em.
Oh, wait, I don't like,
Where would you put it?
no.
Was it Bookham? What is that TV show?
Them, Dano.
Dano, Bookham Dano, yeah.
Where would you put it?
You talking about for Oktoberfest?
Yeah.
Couldn't it be
Put on
trailer?
the stand, on this big trailer.
Yeah.
Well,
Or even under the overhang.
The portico?
The portico, yeah.
Well, the portico is usually, for the Fall Fest is where we have the
The painting.
the painting.
We're not having face painting for the 4th.
I don't think
Do
we
you
have
know
in
who
the
they are?
past.
I got the information.
Would you ask them just if we need them on July the 3rd and,
With the third, the club's got them that night to play
Okay.
before the
all
fireworks.
right, so for Oktoberfest, the 21st, see if they're available and then we'll go.
Well, they're available, I know that, but we just need to lock it down if we're gonna do it.
What y'all think?
It's a band.
A band, a country band. We could put them on the trailer with the
Who's paying for
speakers
that?
or whatever. Well, this will be part of Fall Fest, I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's gonna cost you more to do the car show this year.
It's what?
It's gonna cost you a little more on the car show this year.
What, well, we'll get to that.
Okay,
So tell them,
y'all know what y'all think?
And we did budget a little more for, we budgeted for Fall Fest and Hay Bale Trail, I'd have to, and we have a line item for entertainment, I mean, what are we thinking the band's gonna cost?
$300
$300, okay.
for
What do you
4 or
think?
5, and that's cheap.
That is for a band, for 4 hours,
Yeah,
that is cheap,
Mm-hmm.
and they're good.
they're very good.
Okay.
What do you think, Jason?
They even play Rocky Top.
Oh, gang.
Y'all gonna,
Can we pay them not?
somebody's gonna book them, we'll just tell them to check, is that,
Yeah.
okay, if y'all got it.
Let's go, let's see what they say.
So-
Y'all okay with that? Do we need to take a vote?
No, I think it's good.
Y'all all right? Anybody opposed? Okay, we'll try it out and see how it goes this year, and then we'll go.
We
go from there.
transitioned to Fall Fest, okay.
Yeah.
No, we need to get back to the fourth, make sure we have everything covered. Everywhere with that.
All right, I'm looking, I don't see anything we haven't covered.
Cornhole is a no because we don't have any.
Yeah, man, yeah, I just wanna throw that out there,
Yeah.
if somebody wants to buy.
But if we have a petting zoo and the blue bus, then there is stuff for kids to do, right?
And Uncle Sam for pictures.
Well, we'll see, I'll see if Mr. Vollmer wants to do that.
I'd get my husband, but he's not a really thin Uncle Sam.
Well, he can be,
He been thin Uncle Sam.
he can be a chunky.
That Jim, that blue bus, they assume all the liability for injuries and all that.
I think so,
Oh, yeah.
Cause I know that's why we didn't go with.
We didn't do it the bounce, yeah.
Yeah.
one year we
Yeah,
did the
well, this
bouncy
is
obstacle
nothing that way, all that stuff inside the thing and a few activities outside.
Yeah.
I still wanna do those trampoline things. They had done at Tacoma.
Mm-hmm.
And they're weight limit.
Yeah,
Oh,
Just saying,
I'm not gonna say.
just saying, it wouldn't be for me, I know it wouldn't be.
You can just
No,
fly.
I mean, the kids were loving it, they were paying, God,
they were paying good money and.
good money to do 5 minutes of that.
We saw one at,
How much were they paying?
I don't remember, but
It was 15 or 20 bucks.
that was a pretty good size one.
And
There
they
was a
had
smaller
lots
one
of
at
people.
Destin. And he said, clearly, I mean, this is the biggest thing we have. Everybody just lines up for that.
Those
What,
vaccines
for what?
that people,
They're tied down, they got a
yeah.
Oh, they're,
holster, and they just get pulled up and down, up
They
and
bounce
down.
off the trampoline.
Mhm.
Well, don't that sound fun?
Then they flip.
What could go wrong?
Then they throw out.
I've seen
Yeah.
that at the mall in Georgia before.
Yeah. Tacoma had it, and it was a hit, people were paying money, I could,
And that was a big one too.
yeah. Okay.
okay, anything else we need to talk about, the 3rd of July?
The only thing I can think of, I know I had to step out for a moment, is
What,
if we're talking about just, it seems like there was some rushing going on from one event to the other last year. If we're talking about extending the length of the duck race and then adding 500, we may wanna adjust accordingly. We're talking about
just the
going,
time?
and if we're talking about going to 50 participants in the parade, that's just gonna take some time to make sure that transitions, because
All right, what,
I know the past 2 years, I mean, I was literally just, I had that Kubota to the floor going from the duck race to the parade, trying to get, I was leaving one thing, trying to get to the other, so.
If you backed up the parade, then, you know.
all right, so,
But that may satisfy some of these folks that want things to go a little bit later. too,
How long is the band gonna play?
4 hours, so he said.
No, for the 4th.
Well, they play for we paid
Yeah.
for 4 hours.
No,
for the
no,
fourth?
for the fourth.
No, that's right.
That's what he's saying.
Yeah,
But the club's doing that.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh, I'm
you
sorry,
know
I'm
what's
sorry.
Yeah,
playing?
yeah.
Okay,
They're playing after dark.
After-
or
oh, I'm
at
sorry.
dusk till fireworks.
we're talking, I'm sorry.
What I
So
was
that
getting-
wouldn't really work.
what I was getting at is that could, if you could time it right, they could play and it'd be something for people to hang out at, to eat some time, and they wouldn't complain that,
What were
we're
they
here in
start, when will
town.
they start, do you know, Jim?
I just know,
At the club? This
not
is behind
exact,
it, on the patio?
yeah,
Okay.
not exact, but it's be dusk till fireworks.
Okay.
you know. So
Well,
I
that's-
assume 4 hours before.
Well, dusk is what, 8 o'clock?
Yeah. Yeah, so they must be starting earlier. Usually they have the music start,
Yeah.
6:30 or so.
Yeah.
All right, would you ask Steve Mason and Dagan again for our 2 usual golf carts that Jason and how many, no, it was
I used the Kubotas
That,
last year, but
Mr. Turner and I can
Steve
use.
Hare is the proper one.
Okay, I think we asked Steve Mason, but however you want to do it.
I don't.
He gave us, I mean, they're not golf
Four-seater.
carts, they're utility carts,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does anybody have?
And if you can
some
have them at the
four-seaters?
breakfast, we'll pick them up there.
I've
That's how we did it
got
last
a
year.
4-seater.
You got a four-seater?
I mean, the,
If you guarantee you juice it up, I can get home with it. But no, I got a four-seater.
Do you have a permit on that?
A real nice lady gave me that permit.
Then another lady called you and said, come here for it.
Yeah, gave me the paperwork.
All right, so
if
that,
somebody has some volunteers, of course, that would be, I know you were asking about that the last year. The ones we got, I didn't, those didn't work out the fall.
no, we did not, we'll talk about forfeit.
Yours was a four-seater.
Yeah, they used mine when the other ones
We
conked
had,
out.
we had
That's what
two
I'm saying, so
six-seaters,
that's-
right?
That's two.
We had two six-seaters, yeah,
They conked out.
that, one of them
Both.
died within an hour.
Done Chip have one too?
Chip might, all
Where's
right, so we
David
may have,
Say, you know.
we may have to
City
borrow
Center.
your house. Yeah. And then I drove Ken's for the rest of the day, and then he couldn't get home. Probably.
Well, you ran out of gas.
I know, I did, I ran that sucker.
Okay, can we?
Okay, but you're still gonna ask Steve Mason or
Yeah.
Mr. Hager. All right,
Can we look at backing up the parade at least half an hour, because that,
All right.
I ended up missing the duck race because.
all right, 8 to 10 is the breakfast. And then we said from 10 to 10:45, people signed up for the duck race.
Yeah, that race was.
Well, we said from 9:30 to 10:45.
Well,
Yeah, we
9:30.
said 9:30.
All right, so 9:30, all right, so to 10:45, is that enough time to sign up? I would think, wouldn't you?
Well, it depends on the number of folks that are there to sign up.
Yeah.
The
We're gonna have-
past couple of years, the values of the prep work, because last year, they grabbed all those ducks and then they categorized and numbered them, and they had the little bulletin boards, I mean, the sheets already pre-numbered, and so if somebody grabbed if little Johnny grabbed number 27,
They could just go to
they
20.
went there, on 27, they wrote down his name.
Yeah,
And there was like 4 or 5 people doing that, and that's where your time gets eat up. The more people you got writing people's names, because it doesn't take you, plus having all of them a Sharpie pre-numbered, but
so do we need more time, Jason, than that?
that'll just, if you got enough people to get it done, I mean, that's
Okay,
what's-
well, that's what we're gonna work on with the.
Because like the last, it didn't take that long last year because there was like 5 or 6 following. We had 2 tables set up, there was like 3 ladies at each table
Right,
doing it.
Now, that's for what, Jason? For the
Duck
race.
Okay, so.
Duck sign up.
Yeah.
so then we'll do the duck race from 10:45 to,
I mean, it's gonna take a little bit longer if we extend, we don't have to, we could start at the other place, but I do know that there were some people that just said it was over
Yeah.
too.
if we can get it to work, I think that would be cool to watch their little ducks. Of course, they'll be running around to see them around the corner, as long as we don't have any cars
Well,
going
we
around.
can,
Yeah.
we can control traffic.
Okay.
Put barbed wire up.
Razor wire.
Concertina.
Okay, so then 10:45 to 11, the duck race is over? 15 minutes? 20 minutes?
Well, it might-
25 minutes?
So 10:45,
The duck race will start?
I don't think you're giving yourself enough time there because it's always been delayed for the start. Because
Say 11 o'clock.
they would have a false start, well, we gotta, and more and more and more.
Okay.
It was just.
So
delayed.
started at 11 o'clock?
That's why, yeah, that's why it delayed the parade, was,
Mhm.
couldn't.
so what's starting at 11 now?
The duck race.
Duck race.
But registration can start.
It's
at
9:30 to 10:45 is the registration.
Mhm.
And then the race starts at 11?
Yeah, because that way you cut it off at 10:45, then that'll give them time to get down there.
To get in their area to watch for their duck.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll figure out some sort of screen mechanism to where the kids can put the duck in the water and it holds them all and then we lift them up.
Now, the lineup for the parade
We're gonna
still
back
start
on
at
it. Yeah, we
10:45?
gotta back
No,
one.
we gotta back that up. We gotta move that forward.
Okay, so
All right.
that'll start at 11 or what?
Well, the duck race starts at 11.
I'm talking about lineup.
Oh, lineup.
That race probably lasts 15 minutes. Should be about 11:15.
All right, so at 10, well, if they want to be in the parade, will they want to be seeing the
We'll,
duck race?
we'll drop a duck and we'll test it. We'll see.
We
Yeah,
won.
we'll test them.
All right, y'all tell you.
We'll grab some of those ducks and we'll test them.
Do you think anybody in the parade is going to want to watch the duck race, or can we have them start lining up at 10:45?
I say they can
You
start,
need-
because the ones who don't want to.
time to
All right,
start.
10:45,
Their start, 10:45 is when they're gonna line up?
begin lineup.
Mhm.
And then now what time does the parade start?
Make
The parade will start at 12:15. You think a half an hour is enough time?
Well, we did have it at 11:30.
All right, let's do it at 11:30. No, yeah, 11:30 race,
Parade
parade.
start.
Okay.
Is that enough time? Everybody's good?
Well, that gives them 45, no,
15 minutes to get from.
Well, it's,
the duck
that'll
race.
be
They can get their
45 minutes to
car.
line them up. Can we get them lined up in 45 minutes?
We should be able, I think
Rosie,
so. We'll make it
you gonna
happen.
bring your whip?
Mhm.
Okay.
yeah, because if they get their car in place. or
And which,
whatever
I know
they
you
want
brought
to do.
walkie-talkies, Ken, but I don't think anybody used them but me, because I talked and nobody talked back.
Does that happen a
Go
lot?
We're gonna need some. Last year, we had 2 or 3 volunteers at the Ed Morley Bridge culvert. That was kind of the official declare the winner, and also kind of help corral those ducks so they didn't line up.
I would like it to where we don't have people sitting on the new bridge.
Yeah, they.
We had a bunch of people sitting on
Yeah,
top
that
of the
was a
new
problem.
stoneware, and I would like for us not to
But I'm
have
just
that.
saying that to try to catch those ducks.
Yeah.
You know, we had nets last year, but if we have somebody that can
Yeah,
they can kind of help them so they don't, I mean, unless y'all don't mind them winding up in the lake, but that's where they're gonna go if we don't get them.
Can I push them if I want?
Yeah, depending on, last year we couldn't put the hose in there to keep the ducks corralled because we had a big rain a couple days earlier and it was still ripping down through there. If the water is halfway, flowing halfway decently, we can not only put a hose bridge to corral the ducks at the beginning of the race, if that's what y'all wanna do, they can throw their ducks in
and that would hold them back
But then we could have one down
down at the other
at
end.
the other end too, if the water's not,
And don't we have a net to fish them out?
Well, we,
Yeah.
I think they walked off, we had like 2 or 3.
So we need to
But
give
the
them-
good thing, they were like $10 but we need, it was, last year we had somebody who was like, this is the winner, it was kind of.
Yeah,
And, another complaint too is we really didn't have prizes for second, third, so we may wanna come up with something,
We talked about $5, $10, and $15
maybe a
gift
little
cards.
gift cards or something.
think the little kids would like it, they like it.
We did have
For later, something.
It would, but with the
Oh, right.
and they get a bottle of bubbles.
Well, I like bubbles and
I like bubbles.
yeah,
Let's
let's
get
get
our
it
like bubbles and we were 11.
Let's, all right, so we have 3 prizes for the duck race.
We had prizes last year, didn't
We did from the dollar store.
They like
We
Dollar
can do
Trees.
that.
Yeah,
Maybe
we
have
had-
both.
Well, I mean, that's fine, I'm just saying, but I just know
We
that.
had, yeah, I think we bought prizes at the dollar store. Okay,
I know last year was hard, and Lou had a hard time with face painting. Do we have anybody to do that for the 3rd?
No,
No? That was very quick.
I can tell you that I tried to help her find people. and
Yeah.
The answer's no.
Yeah.
You're gonna get them once.
you mean for the Fall Fest?
Fall Fest, that was rough.
Yeah, there was not near enough, and she was stuck there
Mhm.
all day.
But she had plenty of people wanting their face
Oh,
painted.
God, they were lined
Yeah.
up.
So
Everybody-
it's, so we need to maybe work on that with the school, well,
Yeah.
we'll talk about that at the next meeting. All right, so we need to get a hold of the school people and see if we can, how many volunteers we can get and bring this all back together. On what date? Do we want to come back for our follow-up for Independence Day?
I didn't think-
Yes, ma'am.
I didn't
Did you have
think-
something else you wanted to say?
No, just I was thinking of art students at Raven Gap meet.
That'd be a deal.
Paint.
If they're still in school.
October,
Oh, and
In
Fall Fest.
October,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah,
But-
I
yeah.
never even thought about
But
that.
for
Yeah.
the 3rd, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great.
2 weeks would be the 13th, or the 20th would be 3, but that only give us a little over a week.
The 20th, we have a council meeting in the morning,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's gonna be a doozy.
Whatever I know
22nd,
about
I think.
that, too.
How about the 13th?
13th.
Can y'all meet on the 13th?
I gotta check with my boss and see.
1:30 again?
Want to do it 1:30 or 10? It's up to y'all.
I'd rather do it in the afternoon.
Okay.
1:30, I don't-
1:30 on the 13th.
Okay, 6:13. At 1:30?
Y'all
You
know
got,
your-
you got any suggestions, Julie, as you're listening?
To the Independence Day,
No.
I have a list suggested because live music attracts a lot of people, because I work in a restaurant, all the people, they ask advance, big music night, so I think it's a very good idea to attract people.
That's good that they'll be there.
And maybe we have to decide what to do on the break.
That's just, I think, they'll just do their own thing. I mean,
Yeah.
again, mostly it was the visitors that said, I think your residents, your folks that had someplace to go, like you said, they enjoy that break, but,
Yeah, like I say, I'm gonna have a toddler with me, so I will certainly be going home.
typically I'm just back and forth between the fireworks folks, making sure they're ready to go.
And we have only one game, it's what we are decorating for, and for the children. The one,
We have a petting zoo, and then we have what we call the blue bus. And it's
If we can get them.
if we can get those two of those, yeah.
The blue bus is gymnastics, what is that?
Not exactly, but the people that does gymnastics at their place. So some kind of interactive stuff inside the bus and a few things outside.
how to paint faces,
Yeah.
and they can do makeup.
Okay. I'll make up.
So we said 1:30 on the 13th?
That's correct.
Okay. You know, we're gonna get better at this about the 10th year, we'll be all really good. We'll be really good at this.
Or we'll be so old we can't remember.
We don't know. I'll be in the
There's
hole.
somebody
I
else.
can't read my nose to that.
Start
I think it's
delegating.
time for new blood.
New blood, yeah.
You are
That's what I'm
And
hearing.
then we need to probably go down and just see how much bunting.
We're gonna talk about that.
And also, it's been probably.
Well, that's
So you can send
one
it.
You got past to shed some blood on you.
No, I know. I've been there before. She's taken behind the shed a couple times.
Yes, I did. And you took it very well.
Water in those plants.
Thank you, ma'am. I'll have another. Watering plan.
Yes, ma'am, how many days a week do I need to do that?
How long did you water those plants?
Oh, don't get him started.
Well, through the summer. It was through the summer.
But then he would text me after it rained for about 12 days in a row. He goes, I've watered them every day.
I was on it.
We need to,
What do you adjourn?
are we through?
Are we through? Any more comments
'Cause we're-
about
we're recording.
this wonderful, y'all, I do, all kidding aside, I appreciate everything y'all do. Sky Valley has the best people in the world to get all this done. Anything else we need to say before we sign off? And I feel sorry for anybody who watches this video. Anybody else?
And I volunteer, that'd be great.
We do need, anybody can catch a volunteer, get them.
Yeah.
I move we adjourn, Mr. Chairman.
I'll second, well, I can't second.
Okay, I'll second.
All in favor of adjournment? Aye. Opposed? Meeting adjourned.
Thank you. All right, so you're gonna see if the 13th is okay with Donnie? On your schedule?
Yeah.